Do you know someone that suffers from memory loss or Alzheimer's or dementia? I do, or at least I did. My Nana suffered from dementia for 8 years. What we thought was a mild case of forgetfulness turned out to be a horrible disease that would change our lives forever. My Nana recently passed away from the disease. Since I lost her, I'm interested in the research and study spent on Alzheimer's and what I can do to help. I do not want someone else's family to experience the trials and heartbreak our family went through. The cause and effect of Alzheimer's, can we change the outcome? We all have a brain. Does that mean we all run the risk of experiencing this awful disease in our lives? First, let's define Alzheimer's. The Mayo Clinic defines Alzheimer's as a progressive disorder that causes brain cells to degenerate and die. Alzheimer's disease is the most common cause of dementia, a contagious decline in the thinking, behavioral, and social skills that disrupts a person's ability to function independently. What are the symptoms of Alzheimer's disease, you ask? Some patients may repeat statements and questions over and over, forget conversations, appointments, events, and not remember them later, routinely misplace possessions, often putting them in illogical locations, getting lost in familiar places, eventually forgetting the names and family members, having trouble finding the right words to identify objects, express thoughts, and take part in conversation. As the disease progresses, they even begin to lose the ability to recognize sensations such as hunger and pain, which is likely what causes their death. An estimated 5.7 Americans of all ages are living with Alzheimer's dementia in 2018. This number includes an estimate of 5.5 million people aged 65 and older, and approximately 200,000 individuals under the age of 65 who have younger onset Alzheimer's. 1 in 10 people aged 65 and older, that's 10%, has Alzheimer's dementia. Also, 2/3 of Americans with Alzheimer's are women. Older African Americans are about twice as likely to have Alzheimer's than older whites. Hispanics are about 1 and 1/3 time as likely to have Alzheimer's as older whites. Now that we know the symptoms of the disease, we need to cover the next important step. What causes Alzheimer's disease? Scientists believe that for most people, Alzheimer's disease is caused by a combination of genetics, lifestyle, and environmental factors that affect the brain over time. For my Nana, we believe her onset was due to head trauma she sustained in a motor vehicle accident when she was younger that put her in a coma for several days. It can be challenging to say exactly what caused the damage to the brain. The exact causes of Alzheimer's disease are not fully understood, but at its core are problems with the brain proteins that fail to function normally, disrupt the work of the brain cells and neurons, and unleash a series of toxic events. Neurons are damaged, lose connection to each other, and eventually die. Since we have heard the cause and effects of Alzheimer's, can we change our outcome? Currently, we do not know exactly what causes Alzheimer's dementia disease. Researchers have come up with some ideas of what caused this disease. So far, the research has led to medications that can slow the progression of the horrible disease, but nothing so far has resulted in a cure or reversing of this disease. Early detection to slow the process down of the deterioration of your brain that impacts the disease. The impacts that the disease has on your loved one is terrible.